The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everybody, welcome to the weekly Noyantis user group meeting. It's Monday 6th of August 2018. Myself and John are here. As always, anybody got any questions or queries or issues or ideas, then please feel free to raise your hand. We'll get the microphones open and we'll cover the particular content. While we're waiting for questions to come in and so on, just a quick update. If you remember last week, we worked on the calendar and regarding drag and drop. So basically, that has now been released. Version 4.06 is on general release. So it's worth getting hold of that, especially if you're using the drag and drop. Also, for most of you here, just looking, at the CodeJock users. CodeJock are running a special. Don't know if you've seen it, received the emails and so on, but normally the discount code which we negotiated with them is Clarion, usually capitals, gets you 30% off new purchases. But you can't, unfortunately, anymore use it for maintenance renewals. But the promotion they've got on at the moment can be used for maintenance renewals. So it's summer 2018, no space, and you can use it on renewals because I used it just this morning and extended for a further year. It took just shy of $60 off the price, so I think it's worth doing. So yes, basically, if you haven't already done that and you do usually keep up to date, it's an ideal time to do it with 25% off. Okay, so any questions off anyone? Any ideas? No question? Oh, Alejandro. Yep, let's have a question. I was just saying me. So let's have a look. Hi.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
Yes, good. Yourself?
Very well, thanks. Look, can you open, please, the ReportControl app?
Yep, just 1 second. Let me prepare it on another screen. Won't be a second. Webinars, user groups. Okay, report control, you say? Let's bring that in. Oh, just closing the Chilcat one. For the Chilcat customers, you can expect an update this week with more QuickBooks and more Google Calendar updates in it. Along with, I'm just doing the instructions for creating a service account. So sorry about that, I forgot that in the updates. But yes, basically in the Chilcat wrapper, you can expect an update probably in the next couple of days, I would say.
Change the version of the CodeJock.
Okay. Oh, looks like it's finished. But yeah, any particular version?
The last one.
That'll be 18.4. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, won't be a second. Okay. And what we should really do if we're doing that is bring in the color themes from that version as well. So I'm just going to copy the theme files in. Oh, got to do my toggle. 1 second. Don't know if any of you guys use the toggle time tracking system. It's pretty good. I think I mentioned it in the past.
Yes.
Okay, samples, styles. Yep, they will do nicely. Okay, yes, so 18.4.
Okay. Yes, go to PrintPreview in some procedure.
And print. Printing, I suppose that's as good as any.
Press 1 time the preview.
Just press it once, yes.
Yes. Okay, close it. Close the browse window.
Close this, yes.
And open again.
Okay.
And go to the print button, the preview button. Preview button.
Oh.
But if you do that with the 18.3, it's the same. But the 18.0.1, you don't have the problem, this problem.
Okay. Can I just, I mean, obviously I take your word for it, but let me just take a quick look here. Expect it to be the same, don't worry. What about 18? Let's say it's 18.01.
Yes.
Okay, so let's compile that. I'll bring in the styles because I like to, make sure we do everything correctly. Let's have those in. Okay, and printing. So in there, preview, close, open. Yep. Okay. We'll try 18.2. We'll see at what point it was introduced. And then we'll see if there's anything that we can do.
Yes.
To
I didn't test with the 2.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do that just to see what we can find. Okay, so that preview, close, print, preview. Yep, so that's good. And I presume a third time just for good measure, but yeah. Okay, print, preview, close, open. Okay, let's take a quick look, see what we can find out under the surface of that. I've just seen another question. We're not jumping off this one, don't worry. But it's Kevin regarding the report control appointments and a review of where it was up to. So we'll cover that next because there has been some work on that. So, and I'm not sure you've seen it, Kevin. So we'll cover that next. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is open up the report control, and let's have a look at the preview. Well, first of all, don't think we're particularly doing much by the way of generated code. I think it's all very simple. Update the window, print report, select the control. So it's the code within here that we're going to have to take a look at. Oh, hang on. No, there, sorry, print preview, not print report. Wow, we don't particularly do much with that, to be honest with you. I think this could go straight down as a code job bug, which still need reporting. We'll see if we can do anything here, see if there's something that is causing it. Oh, wrong one. So with no preview, straight to that. Close. We open it up. Okay. Print. Close. Close. Open. Ah, didn't actually mean to set the flag then again. Just 1 second. That. Alejandro, it's going to be, I think this is going to have to be reported straight to them. You can see we're not really doing anything special. We're literally calling the print preview method, which is built in.
Yes, I saw that.
Let's have a look at their example to see if they do anything special.
No,
No.
just one parameter.
No, I was going to say that's the wrong one. That weren't making sense to me. That's the one. Just yes, straightforward. True or false, whether to display the dialogue, which actually is not taking that into account. Oh, hang on. Show print dialogue, yeah. Not print preview. So I'll take one quick look. Init template settings. Is there any print settings we do in here which could cause it any problems? Set roll preview mode, no. No, I mean, all that looks really, really simple stuff, to be honest with you. But just to be on the safe side, let's get rid of that. I know we could use an emit. Yep. I'm going to go with literally nothing. I'm going to comment out loads of things. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go comment out the lot. I can't see it being anything we've done. It's been that code's been like that for a long time, and you've just seen it working with the older versions. But yeah, that's going to have to be reported directly to CodeJock. There's very little we can do because we're not really doing anything there.
Yes, it's very strange.
Yeah, I was wondering from a printing point of view, is there anything we could actually put print preview options, report control? What's these? Print preview options. Just the title. That's not. It's not exactly exciting, but tell you what, we'll see if that makes a difference. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, let's go back one. We want the preview mode. Nope. So we're going to set that dot. We'll just take one quick look to see if there are any others. Print preview options, extreme print preview options.
But it's not read-only?
That's the object, but then you get to the properties of the object. So I'm just looking for the actual report control, records, no, paint manager, print options. I want print preview options.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go back. The help says it's only one. So, print preview options, members. It's just saying there's a title. Okay, we'll try that. So, we'll set the title. I was hoping to see some others, I'll be honest, but we'll set it to ABC XYZ. Oops, Z. There we go. So I expect to see that somewhere. Other settings are being done here. Noyantis demo. There's got to be some other. These must be being set somewhere else. Ah, it's on the print preview.
No, but you don't see the ABC was in the title of the window.
Was it in the? Oh no, was it? I didn't see that. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Oh, right. Okay, their title. Sorry, I was expecting this title here.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. ABC XYZ. Yeah. No problem. And a quick in. Very much doubt it's going to do anything. Yeah. And oh, so you have to go out and go back in, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, and those settings aren't doing anything. So yeah, I think it's going to have to be reported to them. There's very little we can do here. Sorry about that. Hate passing the buck, and if we could find a workaround, I would do. But we're talking the most simplest of tasks here. We're just literally calling a command print preview, and it is something that they've introduced since 18.3, as you say. Try one other test. Again, I don't think it'll be this, but let's just take it out of the equation. Let's go with a built-in color theme. Just trying to think of things that have changed, but these changes came around more in 18 than they did 18.3. But the way the color themes load and so on changed in later versions. But let's use a built-in one, so then you're taking the external themes out of the equation. Yeah. Now I'm really about to.
Kojak.
Yeah, it's something we can clearly see. It's just come around of late, and it's not as though there's any particular settings and so on we could manipulate. We're not doing any API calls, any magic before or after. We're literally just calling a one-off command of theirs. So yeah, I think we're going to have to bounce it back to them. Do you know have you looked on the forums to see if anybody else has experienced the issue?
Sorry?
The CodeJock forums. Do you know if anybody else has reported the issue?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what I can do. Print preview CodeJock. After this, I'll create a little test app and I'll fire it across to them. I'll cut down this one. I'll do it RegFreeCOM, and I'll send it across to their support department and let's see what they say.
Okay, excellent.
No problem. No problem.
Did you remember sometime I asked to you about when I tried to open the syntax editor, The first time with a docking pane. The first time it's show an icon, and I have to close the docking pane and open again. And
that's right.
Yes.
Oh crikey, yes.
And you said me
there's that, and there's a calendar suffers the same. Basically, imagine, if you will, if this was your docking pane and docking pane here, and the syntax editor was here, you'll get a little square there, and then you have to basically go away from it and go back to it, and then it opens correctly.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Out of the different pieces of content, the two that have the issue are the calendar and the syntax editor. They don't crash, there's no GPF or anything, it's literally to do with the resize. There is a workaround. John knows of that workaround because I've put it into John's stuff. But basically, it's all to do with a bit of trickery under the surface. You can't tell what happens and so on. At runtime, it's seamless, but it fixes the issue. I'm going to have to put that into the two classes. Let me put that on here. Syntax edit / calendar. Oops, just 1 second. Docking pane. Click fix. Okay, what the actual fix is, it sounds like an ugly hack, and that's because it is an ugly hack. But you don't have to worry about it. It just does it. If you was to open it and you've got it where it's this little icon and so on, if you was to just click on that, you'll see it go full screen. Rather than having to navigate away and go back and that type of thing. So what the hack does is very, very, very quickly, you don't see it. It basically moves the cursor to it, clicks it, and moves the cursor back to where it found it, all instantly. Like I say, you don't get to see it, it's all instant. But that's the ugly hack. That's the only way I can get them to behave themselves. So it sounds very weird because, well, in my mind it is, but it works. It works very well. So
Yes.
But and you don't worry. You don't see the cursor like moving and then clicking and then moving back. It's all instant. But technically, that's what's happening behind the surface. Might as well be honest and open with people. So, but yes, basically that's what happens behind the surface, and it works fine.
Okay.
So
I will try.
There are some in the common class. It's along the lines of, not that you'll need to do this, I'll do it all, but if we have a look at mouse move, where are we? Yeah, you see, it makes use of these common methods, the mouse click, and there should be move cursor. So basically, it keeps a track of where they are. Then basically, it moves it to the position of the actual control in question, does the mouse, but on a safe part where it won't affect the control, like a title type part. So it's not as though it's going to go and select a new row in the support control or select a new date in the calendar. It doesn't do any of that. It uses a spare part where it won't make any effect. It's literally just basically clicking it to get it to go into its position, if you will. So yes, that's the very weird and wonderful workaround. But as I say, it works perfect.
Perfect. So. Okay. Thanks, Andy.
No problem. Okay. So Kevin had a question, and if he's still here. Oh, Kevin's not here. Oh, it's no pointless in giving him another update then, because he's not here to see it. Oh, sorry. In fairness to Kevin, he's just put, I'm afraid I have to leave in 20 minutes, so I have to wait until next week. Unless you find a minute to email me. Yeah, no problem. Okay. The question what Kerry's asking is from a few weeks ago, linked to the report control, and it's all to do with the track bars and track bar clashes, which we've covered a few weeks ago. But it's basically there's a queue automatically created and maintained behind the scenes for you, which will tell you of any particular clashes when you've got blocks overlapping the same area, if you will, on the report control. So yes. Okay, so do we have any other questions? Anybody? Let's open up Roberto's mic. Roberto always has something. Hi, Roberto. Nope. Okay. Well, this is going to be a very quiet one.
Last week. Yeah. Well, last week went what, 4 hours or something. So it's
it was a good one. Yes, I left it converting overnight. Not that it takes that long, but I left it as I left the office. So I didn't actually realise just how I forgot it was quite a long one. Didn't look at the size, but that's uploaded, by the way, for anybody who wants to watch the video. You basically on yours, John, you had the problem with the themes and so on. Sorry, not the themes. The oh crikey,
I had all sorts of problems.
Yeah, it eludes me. But you got it down to I think it was linked to the themes, and you switched to a basic one, even though you shouldn't have to. That is of concern, I've got to admit.
Yeah, it wasn't exiting cleanly.
That's right, on the way out, yeah. It was leaving a stub. And what was the other fix? You did say there was something else in an email.
There was the themes. Was still definitely a factor, although I haven't tried it again. I do a check to see if ActiveX controls are installed before the program starts up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so all it does is just create an OLE control. It launches a separate window. It creates the OLE controls, and if it creates them, then it says fine, and then it leaves. And if I called that procedure, then it would hang up when I was exiting. And if I didn't call that procedure, then it worked fine. And I don't understand why it's doing it, but I ended up moving the entire routine into a whole separate program.
Do you do a destroy on the control?
I tried that. I tried doing the destroys and I tried all those things.
I think there's a couple of things actually from memory.
Worse. Yeah, there's a destroy and something else, but it got worse.
Quickly switch to this on the kill. The best place to pinch that code from is going to be on the not this window kill, not the toolbar. Looking for ours. Yeah, it's going to be.
It was just strange. I tried all sorts of things. I tried starting it instead of just calling it. I have no idea why it would be the entire program. Yeah, I did that. Yep.
Right, and a prop release
didn't help. Yep.
Wow. Okay, but you do touch upon something there, and I think you mentioned it last week, RegFreeCOM, and you've had problems with it.
The first time I tried it, it's in a multi-DLL thing, and I tried to do the RegFree thing, and it just blew up, and I didn't have time to try to debug it out. So.
Okay, well, I mean, I use it in multi-DLL, so there's you find that it shouldn't be any problem. Right? No, the golden rules, and this is for everybody else as well, and watching afterwards. The golden rules. Let's take the multi-DLL because that's a pretty good example. Now, if we've got a scenario where we've got the data DLL, we've got a couple of procedure DLLs, and we've got the main menu exe, and the main menu makes use of the command bars. One of the procedure ones makes use of the calendar, and the other procedure one makes use of the report control. And the data doesn't use anything because it's nothing more than the data dictionary and a few triggers, whatever. Okay. Obviously, let's call it PROC1 calendar and PROC2 report control. In PROC1, you would have the global extension calendar. The RegFreeCOM settings in there should be turned off because it's a DLL, so you don't need the RegFreeCOM settings in there. In the second procedure, which uses the report control, the RegFreeCOM settings should be turned off in there too, because it's a DLL. Again, Now we come to the main menu. Obviously the data doesn't have any of the extensions in. We come to the main menu. That has the command bars, and the RegFreeCOM settings should be turned on for that. But you also then need to add the calendar and the report control. Even though that procedure doesn't make use of it, it's the main exe, and it's responsible for creating the manifest files. So it should basically know of it at the global level that the whole application is making use of the calendar, the command bars, and the report control. So all three would be present in there, even though technically only one's used in that app. All three would be present, all three would be set to use RegFreeCOM, and the end result should be your manifest for the application with the 3 extra dependencies in there, and 3 manifest files, 1 for each of the controls in question. So you should end up with 4 manifest files. So that is the official line to do it. We could quickly do an example if people are unsure of that, but that's the thing. So regardless of what's used in what application, the main exe from only on RegFreeCOM, the main exe would need all of the extensions adding and setting to generate the RegFreeCOM. And as long as you've got that, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, I think what I might try is doing it one at a time and see what I missed.
Yeah.
It was just a long time ago, and I haven't tried it recently, so.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I'll do that.
There was RegFreeCOM, to be honest, hasn't actually been too troublesome, I'm glad to report. I think that on one of the updates a long time ago, probably 12 months ago, I got one of the lines wrong in. There's a I'll quickly show it just for you guys, but there's a file that is included in the installer which contains the RegFreeCOM settings. And you can see it gets a bit hairy, especially when you get to some of the larger RegFreeCOM controls. Some of the larger controls. We're only up to calendar here, and then property grid. Yeah, you can see here, suite controls gets quite large. But basically, I think just on one of them, the report control had a particular wrong line for one of the versions. Let's go back to here. Let's say this. Now, it's been relatively trouble-free, which is great. The things which will catch you out is if you were doing RegFreeCOM. As I say, let's just go on to one of my tests. So, oh, not that. RegFreeCOM test, there we go. Doesn't really matter, over calendar. So this is the RegFreeCOM test, and you would expect to have your application manifest. So it's CalendarPro and it's CalendarPro manifest. You'd expect for it to have an extra line in there for the dependent assembly, saying it's what version it's going linking to. You would expect to have a manifest file for the control itself, hence why you need all these in the main exe application. That would contain the correct versions for the version you're using, and also you would need the actual CodeJock control, or not just CodeJock, whatever OCX you're using, you would need the control in the folder as well. But as long as you've got those, it'll be fine. Sometimes if you haven't got them, or you've got something just slightly off, then your application just won't start, or at best you'll get a win SXS error, which is a side-by-side error. So yeah, you would get those, and it can put people off. So you go, oh, you turn it all on, it's not working, I don't understand. But it's really, really simple. Just take a step back, think of the settings, and all you want is your main application manifest, the main exe with the extensions in set to RegFreeCOM, and after the compilation you will end up with one manifest per control being used and your application manifest. Make sure your controls or the OCX files are in the same folder, and you'll be good to go.
I will give that a try.
So, it does seem a quiet one today. Maybe it's going to be a short one compared to, like I say, last week.
Yeah.
So, Okay. We'll give it a couple of minutes, and if not, then it might be an early finish, and which I will get the example, the print preview, which Alejandro's just demonstrated. I'll get that sent off to CodeJock, see what they've got to say for themselves on it. Just trying to think if there's other news, just a bit of padding while we're waiting for any questions, if anyone's got any. As I say, the Chillcat will get an update this week with more QuickBooks functionality, more calendar functionality, the optimizations we mentioned last week. That's Google Calendar, that is, obviously. And more classes, actually. The socket one has been fully padded out and used quite heavily now in one of the applications for WebSockets. And the latest, which have just been done, is all the certification. So cert change, cert store, these are newer ones. They have also just been wrapped as well. So they'll be included in the next build as well. Okay, right. Well, without further ado, I suppose we will finish up. An early finish for everyone.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm giving that
oh, you're trying
RegFree thing a try. Yes, I am about to run it. So I unregistered my command bars.
Yep.
I turned on the RegFree and I copied the manifests over.
Well, it should create it automatically. Oh, unless you copy it into the machine. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a test folder I have to copy stuff over to.
Fine. Yeah.
Let's see what it does. Hey, it came up. All right, I think I'll do it. Then I wanted to do that check at all. Although I do have some other ActiveX controls too, and I'll have to get a hold of Dave's thing to make.
I was going to say, yeah, if you haven't got that, I mean, Dave will look after you anyway. But I've got it as well, and it really is good. That large file, this beast of a file, could not be created without Dave Bratovich's utility. Definitely not. If you think I'm going to sit there and type all these in one by one.
I know. Jeez.
So,
cool. Yeah, I'll see what I can if I can get rid of all that stuff. That'd be pretty neat.
Because it does. It does use
yeah.
the only if you're doing some another not another third party, but another OCX, which is not template driven, if you will, and you're talking to it directly. And I know you've got some like that. The only thing you would actually have to do on top would be I'm not sure what the naming would be. So for CodeJock calendar here, the actual file it wants to create is this extreme calendar control.manifest. But I think that might catch you out. You might want to look at that. But just make sure you've got this line as well. So you can see here that name. So extreme calendar control. So it knows to expect that manifest. And you basically make sure you've got one of these within this section for each of the other OCXs you're going to use. So I say hypothetically, okay, I'm trying to think of one. The video control, video cap, something like that. Then, yeah, basically you would want something like this. You have to make sure it supports RegFreeCOM, but quite a lot do, I think. It's a couple which have caught Dave out, but the majority, do. And just a bit of playing. So, but if you can get the bulk of your the tools from RegFreeCOM, it really is better. And any of my apps now are all automatically RegFreeCOM, definitely.
All right, I'm going to work on it.
Okay. Okay.
That would save a lot of hassle going back and forth.
It genuinely.
You have another question came up for you here in the question file.
Oh yes, and make a question. It's Conchi. Yes, I didn't see her there before. Hi, how are you doing?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I am at work.
Okay.
I don't have a webinar show here. Only at home.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. I have Andy. I make the question from one calendar to one calendar drag and drop make. And you say me
Okay.
at the morning, I must show you.
Okay. So you want? Let me show.
Time.
Yes. Let me. You can show me. Let me send you a presenter.
Yeah, moment.
No problem.
Yes. So, I was in other calendar, other version. So, I have this, yes, and I make from here.
Oh, 1 second. Yes. Okay. Got you. Yep.
To this, yes, it's okay. And
Okay. So you want to drag from one calendar to the next calendar?
yes, from here to here, and and I have for the list. I have months. For the list plan, I have this. This is my drag drop of the sub. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Set drop ID, number, etc.
Yep.
And this must I must make in the calendar.
Okay. Let me take a look on mine. See what we can do.
Here, and then embed from calendar. CalendarPro. How can it make the embed? This say.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Let me create in our example here. So we want to drag from one calendar to another calendar, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me take a look. So we will need the calendar example.
Can you update this now to download, right?
Oh, sorry?
The new update from CalendarPro.
Oh, yes, 406. That is available for download.
My boss have
Oh, the yeah, no problem. Okay, so I'm just going to compile this. .4, that will do. Okay, so we look at this, drag and drop. I know you've got two separate procedures, but I'm just going to cheat on this one and make it so it's just one procedure. We can work it to two procedures afterwards. So, okay, so obviously we can drop that. We've covered that. I'm going to add another calendar on here with some data and get that to load as well. Okay. Okay. So we will have calendar 2.
Mhm.
I'm going to call that. I'm going to call that calendar 2, CalendarPro 2.
It's the same in one browser or two browsers?
This is on the same procedure, but we will modify it to be separate procedures afterwards. So I need the load. Okay. So now we've got another calendar with data in. And we'll just change the setting on that to make it easier. Day view, scroll to the start, restrict the working hours, that'll make it easier. Okay, so we want to be able to get that and do that, correct?
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay. Okay, I'm not sure myself now, let's have a look. So on here, no, it's not in there, it'll be on, sorry, on here. Call it staff drag. So that is allowed. So that is called staff drag.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at the settings of here, it's allowed to drop. So the staff drag is allowed to drop on here. So we're going to need that set there. So we're going to need on here. Oh, enable. So the drag of that is going to be staff drag. We don't allow drop, but we do want it to be able to drag. Now, of course, that's a bad name because that's already called staff drag, but it's just for test purposes. Let's make sure we can still compile. We've got two with the same name. Now we know when you take a record here, set staff initials on that. So basically, event drag and drag ID, take new selection, which is going to bring it into sync.
Yes.
Set the drag source to a list. Right, okay, I'm just going to pinch some of this code just to, basically just to familiarize myself. So under calendar 2, oh no, event selected. I think that would be right. I'll come back to that in a second. Basically, if you think, go to the drag and drop, and I've got it so you can pick an event here and drop it there to the notes. Okay, so
Yes.
so we've got some code like that. What I want to just do, under the normal calendar, I should have thought we would have done event selected.
Yes.
So I'm just looking, event selected, drag source equals calendar. Where does it set the record? And the calendar, I was just querying that, so it's not getting the drag ID. Yep, no problem. This is just a test, okay? Just 1 second. Okay, so what I'm thinking is something like that. Oh no, that was a better one. Why is that not doing it?
From test.
The drag it, right? Oh, not that. I really would have expected that to do it. Okay, just want to. No, okay. Oh. Okay, let's try again. Okay, I've got some things firing through. Try again. So that is getting it set. That should be triggering.
I'm here.
Hi, Roberto.
Hello. Ale says you were looking for me.
I was just we didn't have questions, and you always have questions. So
I see. How are we doing on the calendar? Connecting to. It's almost my birthday.
do you know? Well, you missed an announcement before. Only about the next Chillcat update, nothing big. But yes, there will be an update this week to Chillcat, which will be more calendars and for the Google,
right.
More calendars, more Google integration, and more QuickBooks, as well as.
You did get the calendar updated though, right?
Oh, it's released. 406 is out.
With the problems that
Yep. Yeah, that's
we
out.
fixed last week. Okay.
Okay, so now Conchi's here, and she's just set us a challenge. Yeah, that's not dropping. Why isn't that dropping?
Oh, dropping from a calendar to a calendar?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a challenge. It's being set, it's just not being. I go there. Yep.
But that should copy
it is.
or
Okay, so we do that. That's there.
it's not refreshing.
But it's not actually taking it. So why isn't it taking that? Why? So I do that one. Drag. No. Double click. And it's got new event to buy templates. Event primed with the buy templates, blah, blah, blah.
But that's not what it says. Event primed?
No, I think it's that one, if you will.
Yeah. It's a different one.
So fire inspection there. Double click.
So should that copy it or should that move it?
No. It should be. That should be causing an insert when it goes across.
Mm-hmm.
Not. And I'm not getting the event. I've got a debugger here, and I'm not getting the event trigger when I expect it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got selected, so I can see that has been selected. Actually, no, I can't.
Roberto, ya estoy jodiendo otra vez.
¿Mandé?
Ya estoy aquí cerrando otra vez.
Pues sí, pues. Todo quieres.
Todo lo quiero.
Now we're not getting. Now we have. Okay. Now we've got that. So now is to double click that markup. Fire inspection. by templates. File inspection. Oops, sorry, no. Markup. And now it's not doing. Now it's not triggering that. Gonna have to do some more digging into this then. Calendar staff. Get selected. The short answer is I don't know. I'm going to have to do a lot more digging into this at the moment. But what I will do is, yeah, we'll get that. I'll get it done, looked into this week, and we'll update the actual example application with a working example of calendar to calendar. Is that okay? Can you, Roberto? Can you just make sure Conchi understands that for me, please?
Conchi, que la respuesta corta es que no se puede hacer y la respuesta larga es que se va a poner a verificar a ver qué puede encontrar. O sea, no es cierto. La respuesta corta es que no lo puede hacer ahorita, pues no está funcionando, pero no sabe por qué, que va a investigar.
Va a investigar.
Pero que, pues sí, porque ya ves que tiene que ver con los eventos ahí, entonces algo no está, no sé cómo se dice triggering en...
Necesito un embed donde le pueda mandar las cosas.
¿Las qué?
Donde le pueda mandar el track. Necesito un embed donde le pueda mandar el track.
No, pero aquí lo que no está disparando es el evento. Sí. Eso disparando. Y entonces no sabe por qué no está disparando el evento. O sea, todo lo demás lo está haciendo bien. Sí. Le hace clic y le hace clic en el otro, sí pasa los datos, pero el evento no se está disparando. Entonces tiene que verificar por qué. Y como no se dispara, pues entonces no puede entrar en ese momento, porque todo es por evento. Entonces tiene que entrar cuando ocurra el evento. Y si el evento no dispara, pues no hay forma de pues hacer lo que ocurre en ese momento.
Okay.
Pero lo va a revisar.
Estupendo.
Lo tiene de tarea, right? It's your homework.
Okay, but that's no problem. But I will add an example into the main demo app so that we can all make use of it.
All right.
So yeah, apologies for that. I would have thought it should have just picked up and dropped. And I can see the file, it's just not triggering, and that's there. And then if I pick that one up by templates and drop, and that's by templates. And if I pick up Marco and drop, and it should be markup. So it's just not triggering, and I don't understand why.
Right, that's what I'm telling her, that the trigger is just not happening, and so there's no. She's asking for the embed point. I'm like, no, there's no embed point. There's no embed point. It's a trigger. It's an event. Yeah. So you need to get the event firing back. Otherwise, it's kind of impossible to really. You could, I guess, if you pre-told it where you're going to put it.
Well, actually, that is not a bad point. If something's being dropped, like from a drag and drop, I might be able to include embed points for it if they're not already there. So the example, but I'll make sure the example is nice and clear to show that.
You could make another window appear with add the data or whatever and the dates, and then insert the event if you wanted to. Guess you could do that. It's kind of a runaround, but
no. We'll get it so we can just nice and simple pick. Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Conchi only just asked the questions, so we were going to finish early because we didn't actually have any questions. So.
And here she comes, ruining something again, right?
No, it's a good question. And drag and drop on the calendars is, it's pretty expected, so that's no problem.
Dije que algún día me van a echar de todos los grupos porque mis clientes siempre quieren cosas muy raras.
No, está bien.
No,
Lo que
no hay
podrías llegar a hacer, I guess what she could do is she could have a multi, what do you call it, multi-line calendar. What do you call it? Multi-group, whatever. And she can drag and drop in there instead of
Multi-group?
having.
Which one's
multi-person, whatever you call it.
Oh, schedules, multiple schedules. Like,
right. And those work.
Yeah.
Right. So she could put one schedule on one and one schedule on the other and so on. And
Yeah.
that would work because that works directly on just a single one of them.
It does, yeah. Like so, I mean,
Eso podrías hacer, Conchis, o sea que en vez de tener dos calendarios, que muestres dos schedules en el calendario. Entonces tienes una columna para una persona, otra columna para otra.
No es schedule. Es de una tabla a diferentes tablas.
I think she's going from procedure to procedure though as well.
She's saying it's a different table that she's using
right
on one, and she wants to move it to another table.
Yeah,
so
no problem.
In this one, they'd have to be in the same table, I guess.
Well, no. The data could be loaded from different tables for different schedules. But I think the calendar is more than capable of that, and it's very simple. But I think it's more complex than what she needs to do. I think we just get it working properly in the drag and drop, really.
Right. Yeah. Bueno.
Es que así lo quiere. Es una tabla donde están todos los proyectos, ¿vale? Y en las otras tablas son diferentes habitaciones y cada habitación hay que mandarle de la tabla grande qué es lo que ellos reciben. Cada habitación diferente.
Ok. También lo podrías hacer a mano, o sea, como lo haces, ¿no? Directamente a la tabla y refrescas. Por ahorita, digo, abres tu propia ventana y dices a dónde lo quieres mandar, pues acá y bueno.
Sí.
Y refrescas.
Les enseñamos a nuestro cliente, les enseñamos una cosa sencilla del calendario y ya está pensando en...
Claro, los clientes piensan. Claro, sí. Y bueno, hay que mantenerlos contentos, ¿verdad? Y se va a corregir. Algo va a hacer Andy, vas a ver.
My customers showed the...
I told her it's all Andy's fault.
And
everything's Andy's fault.
And now more and more.
Yeah. Así pasa. Lo bueno es que es muy poderosa esta herramienta, entonces puedes hacer muchísimo. En realidad. Bueno.
Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to get an example. Alejandro highlighted a print preview issue on the report control, so I'm going to create an example app and get that across to CodeJock today, so that see if we can get an answer for Alejandro for next week.
Cool.
Okay, well, we shall finish up now. So until next week.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Gracias. Okay, speak soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.